West Papua could be the same. And in fact, the chances of recovery of a culture are, let me give you one example from right here. In this area here, when the British colonists came, one of the biggest tribes, major languages, was the Wampanoag. About 100 years ago, they were gone. I mean, there's some remnants around. The language was gone. Now, there's the first native speaker of Wampanoag in 100 years. It was a 6-year-old girl. What happened is that great linguist here, Ken Hale, died recently. One of the people who created Australian or Aboriginal linguistics and worked on land rights and things. But he and a young woman from the tribe, Jenny Littledoe, were able to reconstruct the language, which hadn't been spoken for 100 years. She taught her daughter, she had a baby, and the baby grew up speaking Wampanoag, first native speaker in 100 years, to revitalize the tribe. They're still around, you know, to revitalize the tribe, but that's looked like total destruction. Can't get worse than that, but it's reviving. And there are cases that are not that bad that are reviving.
Well, there are several hundred languages in West Papua.
Yeah.
That every little village, every little tribe has its own language, and these are all being wiped out.
But that's true of most of the world.
Migration from the Indonesians.
That's true.
So from a linguistic point of view.
But that's true. If you go to, say, California, there are probably 1,000 languages there. They're almost all gone. But it's true in Europe, too. Take, say, Italy. You know, there are plenty of people in Italy who can't talk to their grandmothers because they talk the language which is being destroyed. It's one of the things that happens with so-called increase of civilization. But it doesn't have to happen. There's revival, too. This case that I mentioned is the most extreme that I know of, but it's not the only one. Take, say, Basque. Basque was spoken, it was banned under the fascist regime. And it was spoken by, you know, people's grandmothers up in the hills. It's now the national language. Take Wales. You walk around the streets of Cardiff, listen to children coming out of school. They're talking Welsh. It's revived. You know, there's lots of possibilities. So you know, not what we'd like it to be, maybe, but